Hey girls, welcome back to my channel. I promised you this video. We're going to have a little girl talk here. My thoughts on my second labor, secret hopes I'm having, how I feel about how it's gonna go. This time it's just so different for me, I found. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Karyna. I'm a full-time mom. I have a daughter whose name is Michaela and she's 2 years old. I had her vaginally. I had no epidural. It was unmedicated natural birth. I teared. It was a second-degree tear. It was a little hard to heal it, just also because of the location of those tears. And I'm pregnant with my second one right now. We are waiting for a baby boy who is due in just about 2.5 months. As I'm filming it, I'm 26 weeks along. Let's confess, I am a little scared of my next labor because it was that intense for me. My labors are fast. I came into the hospital with 8 centimeters already, and even if I would want an epidural, they wouldn't give it to me. Like, I checked in at like 5:12 and she was 5:12 p.m. and she was born at 6:40 p.m. That was fast and furious, and it was bearable until I started pushing and until she came out and I tore and I was screaming like in horror movies. Overall, it was a positive birth experience. I loved that I stayed at home for the most part, and I loved that I did not have to suffer for too long. So yeah, going back to those memories now, second time around, it makes me scared. There are options, as we all know. There are options to get an epidural. There is an option of C-section. And it's just so hard for me to talk about it because I really don't have anything I decided on 100%. But I think the whole point of this video is to share with you what I'm feeling and to see if you girls who are also pregnant second time also have any of those thoughts. And maybe you not necessarily had an unmedicated birth, but are you more scared this time around? Or am I alone with this? Am I crazy? Let me know in the comments below, please. And also, I think the biggest thing that I 100% feel right now, and it was not like that the first time around, I am not worried about how it's gonna go. Meaning, knock on the wood, if I will have to have an emergency C-section, just C-section in general, I am not as scared as I was the first time. I wanted my natural labor. I wanted to do it myself. I did not want any interventions, and I pretty much got it. But this time, I know from experience, from hearing more and more stories, that things can go wrong any second, and it's just life. And if I will need an intervention, if I will have to get induced, maybe. Honestly, I think I have it like in the back of my mind. I'm secretly hoping for an induction, maybe. You know why? Because now I have a toddler and we will need to get her somebody to watch her. And like I said, my labors are fast, and the first time around I did not let my doctor do any cervical checks. I did not know how dilated I was at the point when I started feeling contractions, because oftentimes you can be dilated to maybe like 4 centimeters and don't even know about it, and then when you go into labor, of course your labor progresses fast. So now I have a different doctor. The first doctor, she was a little pushy. She wanted to induce me. She even said that she didn't ask me, she said she's gonna do a sweep of membranes, which I did not want, because I honestly think that unless you're overdue, maybe you don't need any interventions if your pregnancy is healthy and there is no concerns. And even if you're a first-time mom, you're just gonna have that baby on your own most probably, and you don't need any membrane sweep, because what if your baby is not ready at this point and then they do a membrane sweep, they stimulate the labor basically, and then what if something goes wrong? So I kind of did not trust my doctor even. That's why I even told her that I do not want you to check me at all until I'm actually in labor. Plus those cervical checks, if you had a baby, you know they're not pleasant. But this time around, I just got this thought recently. maybe I should let my new doctor check me. Just ask her to don't do any sweep of membranes, be very gentle, don't stretch me more, just to have an idea how far dilated I am or how many centimeters I am, for me to know that if I am, let's say, 3-4 centimeters and I am, 37 weeks and don't feel anything, if I start feeling something, we need to go to the hospital right away, because like I said, we almost didn't make it. Okay, it was not that crucial, but it was super intense driving there and getting checked in and getting into the bed and changing into hospital gown. It was so intense because I was in so much pain already and was about to push. I already had an urge to push for the longest time. So I do not want that experience to happen again. I do want to arrive just a little bit earlier for me to be able to, just get into my hospital bed and check in and drive in the car without that much pain. So I think I will let my doctor check me this time around. And this hopefully will let me know if I need to rush to the hospital or not. But on the other hand, might not be the case. She can tell me one day that I'm 1 centimeter dilated or even not dilated at all, and my labor still can progress very fast. So I do need to go to the hospital as soon as possible regardlessly, but now we need to wait for someone to get here to watch Michaela. We can't just go. I mean, if I will be in a lot of pain and I feel like I'm about to push, we probably will just go with Michaela, but now because of COVID, she cannot get in, and I will probably have to go myself to the room, and my husband will have to wait in the lobby for someone to pick Michaela up. I don't know what's gonna happen. This scares me a little, and that's why I have the secret hope to need an induction, because inductions are so great in this way. When you have kids, you schedule it, you plan it, and unless the baby has a different plan, you just go for it in the morning and you already have somebody to watch your baby, and that's fine. But I really don't believe in inductions unless you need it, so I still do want to go in spontaneous labor unless something changes. And besides that, the thought I will never have, I am thinking about getting an epidural more than the last time. And I don't want to get an epidural. I don't think the risks worth the pain relief, but again, because this baby looks like he's gonna be bigger, and what if I tear again, and if they're gonna need an episiotomy, and so many things, and what if I do need an induction or end up going with an induction, the fake contractions from the medications that they give you to induce labor, I heard they are worse than natural labor pains. So I'm all over the place. I'm just rambling here. I'm so sorry, girls, but it's really hard for me to gather those thoughts, because I do feel a little bit, like maybe ashamed of saying things like that, because the first time around I've been so pro-natural birth, and I still am, but I just wanted to be honest with you and see if this relate to anybody. Do you also feel like that? Especially if you had a natural birth, are you scared to give birth again? I can't say that I am terrified, but when I think about it and putting an epidural and all the risks for you and the baby of the epidural, and on the other hand putting my experience of natural labor, which I already went through, that means that I can do it again, and it's probably gonna be just fine and I'll forget it. Maybe one day. I don't know. I still feel like I'm scared of epidural, because I'm scared of the needle in my spine. I'm scared of everything that can happen, especially because I do have this mindset, and I did go into all the risks. If something goes wrong, I will blame it on the epidural. I will blame it on my choice to get it. So this is probably just thoughts, and probably everything is gonna go just natural, especially considering my fast labors and the fact that I want to go into spontaneous labor. But here we go. I opened up about my thoughts on second labor. Let me know if this was helpful or maybe this was too much. And I wish you have an easy and smooth birth the way you want it. And I'll see you next week. Subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to don't miss out on my new content.